Hi there, lovely. In today's video, I'm going to force feed you my based and biased takes on why LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
can suck my girthy, girly d. Regardless of how you feel about the title of this video, I want to make one thing clear. I adore LEGO Star Wars. The first time I played one of these games, I was 4 years old and my dad was playing alongside me, helping me figure out the controls. It was love at first sight, and to this day, LEGO Star Wars the video game and its sequel remain my favorite family titles of all time. What about the complete saga, you ask from your Fisher-Price exerciser? Fuck that game as well. I'm saying it right here, right now, the only good LEGO Star Wars games were the first two that they made, because that's what I grew up with, and they've changed too fucking much. I love you, you mumbling granny-ass piece of shit! Now that you've either clicked away from the video or are still considering, let's get into the meat and potatoes. The reason why I love the original LEGO Star Wars games so much is because of their devilishly simple formula and the variety that comes with it. Not once during a playthrough of LEGO Star Wars 1 or LEGO Star Wars 2 do I feel like I don't understand where to go and what to do. Every next challenge is different from the last, both in presentation and in execution, and I can do it all using the same basic mechanics as the rest of the game. As Jedi, you have a lightsaber and can use the Force. As droids, enemies don't attack you and you can open doors. As gunslingers, you can attack from a distance and traverse to new heights. There's a consistent formula, a design language really, that both LEGO Star Wars 1 and 2 use to make sure that players always know what their character can do, and where, and when. What makes it so goddamn clever though, is that they use our expectations about the worlds of LEGO and Star Wars to communicate these gameplay principles discreetly and naturally. For example, because players know that LEGO pieces are meant to be built together, if you see a bunch of LEGO pieces on the ground in the game, even the dumbest ass child will know that they need to do something to put it together. Likewise, we know from the Star Wars movies that characters like R2-D2 can help open doors or fly using jets. So naturally, players know instantly to expect that same advantage when they're playing as R2-D2 in the game. Using these simple, consistent, and logical elements of the LEGO Star Wars world, the developers at TT managed to craft a brilliantly fun family gaming experience that challenges the mind with easy, but non-trivial puzzles, at the same time as it challenges the hands with exciting combat and tight platforming action. So given all these reasons why LEGO Star Wars was a great series in the first place, where did the new one go wrong? The answer is,
I waste time, say lot word when few word do trick.
the focus on combat is great, and it adds a lot of excitement to the mix. However, while playing the game, I found it was always most fun when there were lots of enemies to juggle. The thing that irks me knowing this is that the combat most times is too damn easy.
All too easy.
Literally, one of the missions in episode 1 is to escort Queen Amidala or some shit, and most of the 7-minute mission is either walking or fighting 2 or 3 battle droids at a time. I feel like so much effort went into this aspect of the gameplay that the rest suffers, especially the puzzles. All of the puzzler gameplay in the game left me confused and dissatisfied at the end of each challenge, either because it took me way too long to realize I needed to destroy an object before I could build something, or because I did the thing so quickly I thought it was by accident. Also, slight tangent, but it's just really weird how the game handles switching characters too. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just somehow so much harder to switch to the character I want to play as right when I want to do it. Then there's the level design. The scale is enormous and much more ambitious than any LEGO game before it. However, it's executed in a way where the characters are so small in a world so large that it's hard to digest it all when you're just trying to play a short story mission. The Dooku level had me so fucking confused. I walked around in circles probably 8 times before I looked up where I had to go because I was so frustrated. That brings me to my next problem. All of the elements I've discussed make the game much harder, especially for little kids. The sadness I felt after realizing that the new game would probably be too hard to play with my little cousin was crushing. She gets nervous sometimes even with how simple the older games are, but imagining her trying to figure out this game, where the world is 10 times bigger and the focus is more on skill and timing rather than careful thought and repeatable execution, there's no way she'd have fun with it. Being able to pass that on, be the adult helping out with the controls, that's one of the things I was really looking forward to with the Skywalker Saga, and it's just not there. Lastly, let's talk about the cutscenes. And yes, mumble mode. I despise the cutscenes because there's just this odd juxtaposition between a fast-paced retelling of the movie's events, but combined with the at times much too serious readings of the lines by the voice actors.
Obi-Wan said you had turned to the dark side?
I have brought peace to the Republic. Together, you and I can rule the galaxy.
Obi-Wan was right. You've changed.
Which, honestly, I kind of admit some people might find funny, but me, not really. Which brings me to the memes. As much of a prequel meme enjoyer I am, I honestly don't know how to feel about their inclusion in this game. They focus too much on the Star Wars meta humor and too little on the silly slapstick of the old games.
Mumble mode. Kitten, please unblock me. I made spoken word mumble rap about sacrificing you to the devil.
If I'm being 100% real with you, Mumble Mode is a half-baked feature and is more of a disgrace to these games' legacy than it is an homage. Most of the in-game dialogue that happens in between cutscenes doesn't have an equivalent mumble sound to go along with it, making Mumble Mode sometimes straight up silent and boring. The other thing about it that pisses me off is that it doesn't turn off the subtitles. Like, the whole deal about the mumbling is that they're not saying anything meaningful. It's so fucking distracting, I hate it. But yeah, to summarize my point of view, I really wanted to love this game. I gave it my best shot, but all I could muster was getting through to the end of episode 3 and completely ignoring the mini-kits and true Jedi status. Suffice it to say, it was very disappointing on many fronts. The new LEGO Star Wars was mid. Till next time.